Welcome to another iPracticePro tutorial. This video introduces the progressions view. A lot of things work in the progressions view like in the chords view. Here you will also find the play button that starts and stops the playback. A long tap on the play button mutes the metronome for this round. You will hear the metronome again after you stopped and restarted it. The count in is always audible, but you can set the metronome permanently to silent in the metronome settings. Tap on the metronome button to see the metronome settings. It's the same screen that you may know from the chords or pad view. Please watch the separate tutorial for the metronome. The button to the right of the metronome selects a random note and a random progression. A swipe from this button, up or down, lets you quickly set the number of repetitions. The button next to it plays the selected progression and chooses a new root note after each run. You can also swipe here. During both random modes, you can switch to stealth mode by tapping the progressions area. This will hide the progression. Since you can no longer see which progression iPracticePro is playing, you have to rely entirely on your ear. iPracticePro shows the previously played progressions if you stop the random mode. In this view, there is also the help button in the top left, which leads you to this tutorial and explains all gestures. You can adjust the volume of the root, the third and seventh, and the tensions when you tap the small volume button. The root, third and seventh are the tones that are essential to determine which chord is played. The tensions are additional tones that a pianist or guitarist can play to add more color to the chord. The settings are different in each view. In the progressions view, you can select your instrument so that iPracticePro knows how to transpose for you. In standard mode, you will not be shown all available progressions. If you want to practice all progressions, you have to choose the expert mode. Here, you can set the instrument for playback and the number of repeats for random mode. The chord progression determines the progression of the root for the button shown above. By default, random is selected. The progression selection determines which progressions are visible. You can deselect all progressions here that you don't want to practice right now. This especially makes sense in random mode, because iPracticePro can only play the progressions you have selected here. That was a tutorial for the progressions view. Have fun practicing.